So season 3 is finally here, and with that we're going to show you the top 10 best weapons to use in MW3. Now while we know there's no secret on the top 3, at least in my opinion, we're going to show you top 10 best weapons that you can probably use in MW3 just in case you want to use something different. Now we're going to showcase each weapon, and we're going to start with number 10, the TAC Evolver. When we're talking about the only LMG used in MW3, from what I've seen, this weapon is absolutely amazing. We're talking about 200 rounds on a magazine, 1500 rounds in the reserve, and this weapon is going to be able to keep spamming on the zombies like no other. We're talking about no recoil, no accuracy. This weapon is absolutely amazing. The good thing about this weapon, it has a good fire rate, it has really good recoil, and like I say, you got 200 rounds. One of the benefits about this weapon is that once you use the Maca holding, you're going to be able to pull the whole reserve into the magazine. We're talking about 1500 rounds that you're going to be able to keep spamming into the zombies. This weapon is going to keep you alive, definitely here in the level 3 zone. And when it comes to shooting at the bosses, this weapon is going to be able to focus on the critical hit points at will. Now the only reason why this weapon is at number 10 is because the damage output is still not as good as the other 9. Now we're going to show you the best class setup for all of these weapons at the end of the video, but that's going to leave us with number 9, the Hogger 556. Now this weapon is absolutely broken when it comes to the double barrel. Yes, the aftermarket part attachment to this weapon makes this weapon have 2 barrels and it shoots 2 bullets at a time, which it makes it absolutely broken. When you pack a punch this weapon to level 3 with a legendary tool, this weapon eliminates every zombie so fast. Definitely use this weapon before it get nerfed at any point, because this weapon is one of the best weapons in the game. One of the good thing about this weapon is that it has 600 rounds in the reserve with 300 rounds in the magazine, and this weapon feels so good with the recoil, the accuracy, and it has a good fire rate. It's not that fast, it's kind of steady, slow, but not too slow. So it's gonna hit the critical hit damage at will, and is definitely one of the best weapons to use in MW3. But that one is number 9, and it's not as good as number 8, Netty Pistol. This weapon is absolutely insane. It packs a lot of punch. Now one of the crazy thing about this weapon is the fire rate is absolutely out of this mind. Now once you put the aftermarket part attachment to this weapon becomes an SMG, and when this weapon is the SMG version of that pistol, it's almost impossible. It can carry you to the level 3 zone, any high tier zone, like it's nothing. As far as the mega abominations, you can see you can cancel the laser like it's nothing. And as far as the zombies in the high tier zone, I mean, as long as you get that critical hit damage, if you're running dead shot and if you're running a speed cola to be able to reload fast, we're talking about 100 rounds in this weapon, you guys. Yes, this weapon has 100 rounds. You're gonna be spamming on a whole bunch of zombies, and since you're gonna be getting that critical hit damage and you're able to reload fast, this weapon becomes absolutely overpowered. But this weapon might not be as good as the next one, because at the end of the day, this is a pistol. Most people want to run SMG or AR, and that's gonna leave us with number 7, the Bass B. The Bass B is almost like an M4A1. This weapon is absolutely a monster weapon. It has beautiful recoil, steady accuracy, and the aim down the sight on this weapon is absolutely amazing. One of the things that made this weapon absolutely broken is the damage output. This weapon does so much damage, especially when you run in dead shot. This weapon destroys zombies so fast in the tier 3. Even if you're playing on the Dark Ether, it doesn't matter. This weapon is absolutely insane. One of the crazy things about this weapon, it feels like you're running an SMG, but you're actually running an AR. The Bass B is one of the best weapons to use. If you pack punch this weapon to a level 3 with a legendary tool or epic tool, still do the same amount, almost the same amount of damage. But at the end of the day, this is not as good as the next one, because the next one is number 6, the SVA. The SVA has massive amount of damage, and on top of that, the fire rate is absolutely insane. Besides this one, the Bass B is one of the weapons that do not have this attachment to it. The only reason why this weapon is over the Bass B is because this weapon you can put then on the barrel the Jag Purifier. This attachment right here is absolutely broken. The flamethrower destroys literally any zombie, any balls at will. It's one of the best things to use in Modern Warfare 3 Zombie. Besides that, this thing is gonna have massive amount of fire rate. The recoil is insane. When you pack punch this weapon to level 3, and you put a legendary tool, this weapon can carry you to the Elder Dart Eater, the regular Dart Eater, pretty much anything that you want to do on Modern Warfare 3 Zombie. You're going to be having 100 and plus rounds in this weapon. The reserve is amazing, and like I said, the fire rate and everything is absolutely broken. Now, but when it comes to number 5, we're talking about the MCW. You guys already saw this. The MCW is absolutely amazing. One of the crazy thing about the MCW is similar to the SVA as far as the fire rate, but the MCW has probably twice as much as fire rate as the BAS-B. The fire rate on the MCW is absolutely insane, that when you get that critical hit damage by running Deadshot perk on this weapon, the damage output to the zombies is absolutely insane. I don't know how many times I can tell you that I've been running the MCW on the level 3 zone and even the Dart Eater. Look at this. This weapon melts zombies. Like, you see the health bar go down so fast you can't even tell. And as you guys just saw, this is another reason why this weapon is on this level, is because you can put the flamethrower on this weapon as well. But the next weapon is going to be questionable by so many people because this weapon is absolutely underrated. And we're talking about number 4, the Sidewinder. This weapon is so broken. I remember when I first started using this weapon, it was a one-shot kill. When you pocket punch this weapon in the level 3, I think pocket punch level 3 was still a one-shot kill for the level 3 zombie, and it was absolutely broken. Then they dropped a aftermarket part attachment to this weapon. They made this weapon shoot like an LMG, and with the Maca holding, you can actually hold the button down for as long as you want because you have 700 rounds, and this weapon shoots so fast because it's a laser. I mean, look at this laser. Look how fast it eliminates the zombies. This weapon right here is going to carry you to any activity in MWC. If you pocket punch this weapon to level 3 and you put a legendary tool to this weapon, you pretty much are a god tier on this game. Now, that's going to leave us with number 3, and that is the Ram 9. Yes, the Ram 9 is number 3 in my opinion. If you guys remember when I did my top 10 weapons last month, I put the Ram 9 on number 2. Now, I'm going to give you guys an idea. The only reason why this weapon is on number 3 is for the next weapon, which you're going to see in a minute. But as far as the Ram 9, this weapon is a laser when it comes to an SMG that shoots so fast. It has a lot of powers. The ADS is absolutely broken. And on top of that, this weapon melts, especially when you have this weapon pocket punch. Even with an epic tool, pocket punch level 2, this weapon does so much damage, is absolutely broken. This weapon, you can use it over and over on the 3 zone, the Dart Eater, the older Dart Eater. You can pretty much even do warlords with this weapon. This is going to carry you everywhere. This weapon with a legendary tool, pocket punch level 3, the accuracy, recoil, everything is perfect. But number 2, we're talking about the Ram 7. Yes, a lot of people right now are probably saying, hold on, the Ram 7 over the Ram 9. Yes, it's because the Ram 7 is so close to the Ram 9. And we're talking about the fire rate, the recoil, the accuracy is pretty much similar. As you can see, the Ram 7 has a little more recoil than the Ram 9. And you shoot a little slower than the Ram 9. But we're talking about a little, not as much. So when you're talking about the extra thing that this weapon actually do, I mean, look at this. This weapon destroy almost as quick as the Ram 9. So why did I put this weapon over the Ram 9 if it's just as close as the Ram 9 but not all the way close to the Ram 9? The reason is because this weapon, you can put the flamethrower on this weapon. You can put the on the barrel attachment to this weapon and it's going to save you life. You guys already know about the flamethrower. This weapon is absolutely broken. I know a lot of people saying the flamethrower is going to get patched. It probably already got patched. Still work for me, especially when I pocket punch this weapon. This Ram 7 is absolutely amazing. Now, this is going to leave us with the number 1. Okay, number 1, the WSP Swarm. This weapon needs no introduction. I said it again, and I'm going to say it over and over again. Once the Dart Eater had introduced the Maca holding, it had introduced so many different things as far as the golden armor and some other things like that. This weapon, you combine it with everything. You can put a golden armor on your character. You can put a macro holding on this weapon. And you already had 200 rounds on each side of the weapon. We're talking about 400 rounds going into an enemy from two separate directions with all the attachment that you put on this weapon. This weapon can literally, when I mean literally, just keep shooting. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at this right here. There is no other weapon that you're going to get hit from zombies from multiple directions. And you can just turn around, switch left to right, and then you're going to keep holding the button down. You're going to keep spamming. This weapon is absolutely destructible. I mean, I even get tired using this weapon because it's just not fair. I don't even go down even once. This weapon has 400 rounds. The accuracy, recoil, fire rate, legendary tool, epic tool, pocket punch 2, pocket punch level 3. This weapon is going to destroy regardless. This is one of the best weapons, if not number one weapon, at least in my opinion, is number one. I'm not sure if you guys have it on number one, but me using this weapon, there is no other best weapon to use with this. This is one of the weapons that's going to carry you if you play solo, the Dark Eater, the Elder Dark Eater, bosses, pretty much anything. Definitely use this weapon. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys the best class setup for these 10 weapons. This is the builds that you're going to be using. So we got the XRK, you got the Assault 60 stock, and then you got the Laser Light SL. You got the Seeking Thread 40, and this on the barrel right here is one of the best ones that I like to use for this weapon. So for the Hogger 556, this is the class that we're going to be using right here. You got the RB Assault stock, you got the More 20 grip, you got the Cronin Inst MS, and you got the 556 high grain rounds. So the only reason why I put this type of ammunition is for the, I like to have a little bit bullet velocity. It's really not necessary, but on this weapon you can't really put anything else anyway because everything else is blocked. The high grain rounds, we got the Respite long barrel and the Tempest GH50. So for the Sidewinder, and like I said, these class setups are not in order based on the video. So we got the Chrono Mini Red Dot, we got the Jack Thunder LMG kit, which this is going to make the weapon actually work like an LMG. And then we got the Brewing Heavy Support Grip, the Jack BFB, and the Tempest Predator. So for the SVA 545, we got the Extend Port, the STV Precision Barrel, the Jack Purifier, which is a flamethrower, 60 round mag. And then we got this attachment right here, spring to fire speed and on the side speed. And then we're running 60 rounds. For the MCW, we got the Jack Glassless Optic, 40 rounds mag, the Jack Raven kit, which is going to give you rate of fire and damage at close range. And then you're going to have 40 round mag and the Jack Purifier, which is going to give you the flamethrower. And then we got a laser for so aim down the side. For the RAM 7, we got the Jack Purifier, the Boreal, 6C suppressor, 60 round mag, the Chrono Mini Red Dot, the HVS stuff. So for the Ring 9, we got the 50 round mag, high velocity ammunition. We got the vertical grip right here, Speedway short barrel, and the Jack BFB, which is gonna give me recoil control. For the Renetti pistol, we got the Jack Ferocity carbine, 50 rounds, 9 high grain, and then we got for the Optic, the QTG reflex eye. And last but not least, we got the Point G3P04, the WSP Reckless, and then the Breacher DL Breacher device, and then we got 100 round mag, and then the WSP Akimbo Brace stock. But anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you guys next time on the next one.